Okay, here we are back with the Traxxas Slash 4x4 again, and I'm kind of on the stage 2 of upgrades. This is just after the gravel jump run that I did just the other day. I was rummaging through the garage and I actually found some old short course tires that I had. These are kind of worn down calibers on split 6 rims. So I just bolted these on for, I just wanted to give them a try and see how does the front handle on the grass and dirt with these. Probably pretty bad, but we'll give it a try. And then I went to the hobby store, and now this is a meaty tire. This is the Badlands, Proline Badlands, in a short course size on a Renegade wheel. And man, those are awesome tires. These should be really good. Both of these, this is an M2 compound, and the same as the calibers are also an M2 compound. So I'm going to give that a try and just see how this is. I will likely be ordering another set of these for the fronts, but I'm being a little bit cheap right now. These cost $45 Canadian per a pair, mounted on rims. So I didn't really want to get into like $90 just for wheels and tires right after I just bought the truck and a bunch of other little things for it. Next thing, chassis stiffening. So I plan on putting this thing through some pretty good abuse in the future. And one thing I've read up on is that this low center of gravity chassis, while it does perform better, it is a little bit weaker, and the structural weak point is up here where the bulkhead connects to the chassis. It can, if you have a really hard front end collision, you can crack your chassis. Also, there is no flex stiffening here. This is all just one piece of plastic in like a bathtub style chassis with a little bit of triangular strengthening built in. So what I've ordered is the VG Racing chassis. I ordered the blue one for the 1/10 LCG Rally and Slash. So that is one thing to note, is that this new low center of gravity chassis, it's not entirely unique to the Slash 4x4. They took it off of their the rally car that came out a couple of years ago. Anyway, so this is the VG Racing brace, and it will just mount on like this. So these two holes mount right up. Now, since I have the onboard audio, the audio is in the way. So you have to take the audio out, well, temporarily. You take it off, you put the brace on, and then you put the audio box back on. When you order this, you have to specify that you want an audio version. So the chassis brace is the same. They give you an Allen wrench and a bunch of bolts to bolt it on. And then if you order the audio version, you get these little bushing spacers, a couple more screws, and another Allen key. No instructions came with this kit at all. You're totally on your own to figure it out. I mean, maybe on their website they have something, but vgracing.com. So, first thing is getting this little audio box off. I've already loosened off these 2 screws, so there's 2 screws on the top, so I'm going to take those off. I'm going to take those 2 screws out. So with those 2 screws, that gives me this much room, and there is a surprising amount of wiring going in and out of this box. So it all goes into the sealed receiver unit, and I guess that's so that it can sense your throttle positioning. So this is now just loose here. Instead of me pulling out all these wires through here, I'm just going to take this plate off. So next thing will be removing these 2 screws, and this plate should just pull off. So I'm going to do that now. We'll see here if that's all you need to do to get this plate off. Yes. Okay, so that was it. Now this whole plate comes out, and then I can move the whole audio system out of the way. So I'm just going to let that hang there for a second. Figure out how my bracing is going to go. Okay. Now why do you have to shim it up? That's what I don't understand. I don't quite understand why I need these. So with this back in place, really? Okay, I figured it out. First of all, there are no instructions. I looked on the website. He didn't provide any instructions for how to install this thing when you have an audio box. So just by studying the screw and the little bushings it comes with, I saw that, oh, well, it's the countersunk style, so that means it can only go in a few places, and then this is your little razor thing. So what it is it's a screw that's about twice as long as the original, and what you do is, I should be installing the bar first using the 4 screws that it comes with. So I would take out the stock screws, bolt on my bar, then you take this audio platform, you slip your screw through, add the little razor bushing, and then you screw that onto the chassis. Okay, so here the audio box is still just loose, just hanging here. I've just started to put the screws in, so I just have all 4 loosely in place, and I'm just going to tighten them down into a cross pattern. Since this is a structural piece holding the chassis on, I want to do it like you would torque a wheel, right? So opposite corners. So I'm going to torque them down, but just one thing I did notice was one immediate downside to this is that changing gearing is now going to become a huge pain in the ass. So if I ever want to change gear, that means I have to take this chassis brace off so I can get at the screw that's under this little hump here to take this cover off and get at the gearing. You know, it's a minor inconvenience, but I really wanted to have the strength. And I do think that this one is the best one on the market, where it actually connects to both bulkhead connection points. The chassis brace has now been fully screwed in, and now I'm ready to put the audio box back on. So I've slipped the longer screws through the plate, and now I have to slip this little bushing on the bottom, and that should raise it up enough. Well, I guess I have to do that for both. And then I have to try and get it into position while keeping everything. Oh, yeah, I already lost one almost. Yes, that is how you do it. Okay, so that raises up the audio box enough to go over top. Whoops, my hand is in the way. That one already seems like it's stripping at the plastic a little bit. So don't torque them down too much, or you will just strip out the holes. And now this audio box, there's still plenty of slack to fit this on. And there, and then you put the 2 original screws back in that hold it to the plate. Okay, this wiring is a little bit tighter than it was originally. So there, that's how it is now. And now it sits up that like ½ an inch higher, and the chassis brace goes under it. Installing the VG chassis brace and the Badlands tires, and then I have those worn out calipers on the front. So let's give this a try and see how it goes in the grass. Seems like it does have a bit more bite. Let me get it just here. Less steering, more traction, definitely. Already hitting LBC again. Nice.